What's going on, guys? We are live here at Moto City Power Sports. I'm firing up the cameras real quick. My buddy Greg, this guy right here with the live camera, has come in today to pick up a Motoz Tractionator Adventure tire. Now he's riding a 2017 Africa Twin, and this is the wheel right here with the Motoz Tractionator Adventure tire on it. So what happens is, well, number one, I'm gonna give Greg a Motoz t-shirt.
Right on.
Because I appreciate the support that he has. He lives about an hour and a half away. He drove up here to Moto City to get this Motoz Tractionator Adventure tire mounted. I appreciate all you guys who watch the channel, who support the channel, and who buy tires from Moto City. Helps me and the family, it's awesome. So today I'm going to talk about Cush drive systems. Now most of the BMWs, KTMs, have this type of system, especially the Africa Twin. This guy right here, this is actually out of my 390 Juke. So this is a piece of rubber that slides down over the hub right here. Let's pop this guy off real quick. So this rubber is a lot smaller than you'd see on the Africa Twin. The Africa Twin has these guys right here. Now the idea is, these are supposed to be connected. And these slide down over the groove right here in the hub. And these allow for cushioning. When you get on the throttle super hard, it's gonna shove this your sprocket this way inside the hub a little bit. And these provide cushion. So if you didn't have these cushions, you'd have a really harsh on and off your throttle. So it's these little cushions called a Cush drive. That's kind of the setup that we have here. Now, all of Greg's little components here are broken. You can see that they're sheared. It's supposed to sit like this. And that's going to sit down and cross this bridge right here, just like this. Again, this is a smaller version. This is off my 390. My 390 eats these every 5,000 miles or so because I'm always full pinned open or full off the throttle. All right, if you could step around this side real quick a second. Sweet. So today what we're doing is Greg came in and he got his tire installed at the shop, and then we were putting this thing back together, and all these little Cush drive pieces are broken, and it's really hard to get this unit right here to slide down in between each of those rubber pieces and sit appropriately. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple quick things that you can do in this situation that allow this thing to mount easier. Now you're going to notice that there is a large side and a small side to each of these, and there's a little bridge that goes over the top. It's supposed to be bridged anyway. So we're going to set all of these back down in place. The little bridge going over the top. And then we're going to put a little piece of tape in between. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. There's some of these small ones. This goes over here, and a small one. Now the key to getting this thing all fully assembled is we're going to use some white lithium grease. That white lithium grease is going to allow the sides of this motor to slide down between these two. Now we don't want to get a bunch of grease on the tape that we're going to put on here because that's going to allow it to separate, and that won't be so beneficial. And then we don't want tape to be down on the sides here. Are we missing one?
I thought I saw you walk out here.
This guy, no, they're all there. Okay, so now we're just going to take a little piece of tape. And all we want to do is just bridge this gap right here and make sure that these two rubber pieces are going to stay together. If this works, it'll be great. If it doesn't, kind of sucks. So this tape isn't going to affect at all the integrity of what happens in here. We just want them to stay close together while we put the hub down in place. Put this one across that direction. It stays. Again, the idea is originally this little bridge across the top is what held these in place so that you could easily slip this hub down and through the rubber pieces that act as dampening when you're riding. All right, so we got that down. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hit this thing with a little bit of white lithium grease. So I'm just gonna hit just the very top part here. Just enough to allow this hub to more easily slip down between each of these pieces of rubber that are in here. So we're gonna set it down nice and gently, and we're gonna wiggle it back and forth. And that there's the fix. Now you're gonna notice down here at the edge that we're gonna have a nice smooth juncture between the hub itself on the inside and the outside. When this sits nice and level, you know that you have proper fitment. Now a lot of times when you don't have lithium grease and you're assembling this dry, you're not gonna get that fitment. You're gonna have just a little bit, like a millimeter of metal sticking up here on the top, and that's gonna make a huge difference. When you're trying to put your little axle spacers in here and get this thing slid into the motorcycle between the disc pads on one side and the caliper going up, and on the opposite side trying to get the hub to line up, if you have a millimeter wider hub than you started with, it's going to be a bear to get that thing up and in. It's probably not going to fit. Anyway, there's just a quick little tutorial on how to make worn out Cush drives work when they're split apart like we saw here on Greg's wheel. Now these are inexpensive. I want to say they're like, I don't know, $2 or $3 each. So in order to replace all of the components in here, they're looking like 15 or 20 bucks. Inexpensive. So Honda's currently backordered on them. We don't have them in stock at the moment. So that's why we're doing this little tutorial on how to get around that scenario when putting your hub back together before you put your wheel back on your motorcycle. Anyway, I'm Kyle Bradshaw from Motor City. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching today. Thank you, Greg, for coming down and purchasing a Motoz Tractionator Adventure tire. This thing is super legit. Greg's gonna have a lot of fun out here riding in the Arizona desert with this puppy. And yeah, that's it.
Thank
If you
you.
haven't already, please subscribe to the channel with that subscribe button, notification bell, so you can be part of the notification squad. That really helps. We just hit 10,000 subscribers. Super, super cool in a 3-year period. I'm pretty stoked about that, and I'm stoked that you guys are along for the journey. So if you haven't already, you gotten this far, hit that thumbs up button. The algorithm loves it, and I'm gonna see you guys on the flip side.
Okay.
So, and then you're gonna hit end on that one, or stop, or whatever it says.
End's good.
All right, guys, see you later.